my life I've struggled, and I've oft known bitter tears. Riches have eluded me through all my many years, but some sweet day in heaven a mansion waits for me, and I will open wide its doors throughout eternity. You're all invited to my mansion. Down here I've never had much, but I've always tried to share. But all my doors will be open over yonder. You're invited to my mansion over there. If a flickering lamp you have in place of chandeliers, boarded floors may grace the home you've lived in all these years. Just be true to Jesus. Someday when life is o'er, He's promised you a mansion over on the golden shore. You're all invited to my mansion. Down here I've never had much, but I've always tried to share. But all my doors will be open over yonder. You're invited to my mansion over there. You're invited to my mansion over there.
Sunday morning as the sun began to rise, on the grave that everybody thought had Jesus safe inside, demons had a party, how their hellish spirits soared, but soon there came a knock upon the door. Silence fell among them, someone said, "Who could this be?" The devil said, "Don't answer that, it sounds like it's for me. 3 days ago in Joseph's tomb I buried him away, but he promised he would rise again today." Opening the door they saw the lightning in his eyes. The face they saw was not too hard for them to recognize. Satan fell and trembled as the final blow was dealt, as Jesus said, "I'll introduce myself." He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, conqueror of death and hell, the Lord of everything. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stopped by to take away the keys." He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, sing. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. Oh, death has died, I am alive, and I have the victory.
A farmer and a teacher, a hooker and a preacher, riding on a midnight bus bound for Mexico. One was headed for vacation, one for higher education, and two of them were searching for lost souls. That driver never ever saw the stop sign, and 18-wheelers can't stop on a dime. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. I guess it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. That farmer left to harvest a home and 80 acres, the faith and love for growing things in his young son's heart. And that teacher left her wisdom in the minds of lots of children, and did her best to give them all a better start. And that preacher whispered, "Can't you see the promised land?" as he lay his blood-stained Bible in that hooker's hand. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. I guess it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. That's the story that our preacher told last Sunday, as he held that blood-stained Bible up for all of us to see. He said, "Bless the farmer and the teacher and the preacher who gave this Bible to my mama, who read it to me." There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, now I guess we know. It's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway.
Pressing over me like a big blue sky, I know someone has me on their heart tonight. That's why I know it's gonna be alright, 'cause somebody's praying me through. Somebody's praying me through. It may be my mother, it might be my dad, or an old friend hurt, and it feels like life couldn't get any worse. There's a blessing waiting to push back the curse, 'cause somebody's praying you through. Somebody's praying you through. Somebody is praying. Somebody is. Someone got down on their knees and prayed for me. Somebody's praying. Somebody's praying you through.
When my journey's over, when my work is done, don't you weep for me. I'll be home with Jesus through eternity. may come my way, to God I'll go and I'll pray. For it's there that sweet refuge I will find. He's my rock and He's my fortress, my deliverer, my God. And I will rejoice in the shadow of God's wings.
I've climbed many mountains that I thought were just too high. I've crossed many valleys I thought I'd never get across. I have worried about the future, though God holds it in His hands. But there, oh, David was kept safe in the shadow of God's wings.
No matter what may come my way, to God I'll go and I'll pray. For it's there that sweet refuge I will find. He's my rock and He's my fortress, my deliverer, my God. And I will rejoice in the shadow of God's wings.
No matter what
May come my way, to God I'll go and I'll pray. For it's there that sweet refuge I will find. He's my rock and He's my fortress, my deliverer, my God. And I will rejoice in the shadow of God's wings.
and I will rejoice
In the shadow of God's wings.
The Bible tells the story of how our Lord was crucified. How nails pierced His hands and feet, and blood flowed from His side. How on that third appointed day He arose to live again. My eyes did not behold Him, but to heaven He did ascend. I may never walk up Calvary's hill, but I know that's where He died. I may never see that empty tomb, but I know He's alive. Though I'd never seen Him face to face, an invitation He did give. I may never visit where He died, but I'm going where He lives. Now He's seated at the right hand of His Father's throne. He said that He'd go to prepare a place that I could call home. Then He promised He would not leave me here. He'd be back in a little while. Then I'll be going where He lives because of
reached down to shine on me. That's when I knelt and prayed. From sin's shackles set me free, and there I found the nail-scarred hands that held the key. Now I'm forgiven from my sins. God's love has pardoned me, and now I'm fully cleansed. My sins have all been washed away. Praise His name, I now can say I am forgiven from my sins. There's no need to dwell on sins that Christ erased. You see His cleansing flow has washed my sins away. And on that day, that final day, when the book of life is read, the only words beside my name will simply say, I am forgiven from my sins. God's love has pardoned me, and now I'm fully cleansed. My sins have all been washed away. Praise His name, I now can say I am forgiven from my sins. My sins have all been washed away. Praise His name, I now can say I am forgiven. I am forgiven from my sins.
Lord, let me be an instrument of mercy in your hand. Let me shine your light of hope across an angry, hopeless land. Let me drink the living water till my fountain overflows. Let my voice ring with your praises until all creation knows that there is no love like your love. There's no anchor that will hold so strong and true. There's no sanctuary sweeter. There's no hand so kind and tender. There is no one like you.
You said I'm leaving, but one day I will surely come again. Until then, go find my sheep outside the fold and bring them in. Oh, a witness so that everyone may see. Since prison walls are broken, every captive can go free. And there is no love like your love. There's no anchor that will hold so strong and true. There's no sanctuary sweeter. There's no hand so kind and tender. There is no one like you. There's no sanctuary sweeter. There's no hand so kind and tender. There is no one like you.
I'm just a stranger in this foreign land, traveling on a journey. Jesus holds my hand. When it seems I can't go on, I know He carries me. He lifts me up above the clouds, homeland I can see. He lifts me up when I'm on my knees, and He hears me when I pray. He lifts me up from the lowest valley, out of the light of day. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. I've come to a crossroad, Lord, which way do I go? Seems I'm on a one-way street, going with the flow. I've been down this road before, but Jesus turned me around. When I let Him lead the way, my feet leave the ground. He lifts me up when I'm on my knees, and He hears me when I pray. He lifts me up from the lowest valley, out of the light of day. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. When I'm on my knees, and He hears me when I pray. He lifts me up from the lowest valley, out of the light of day. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up. When the world gets me down, He lifts me up.
walking with my Lord each day, warning everyone I see. if they're headed down the wrong highway, asking them to walk with me. Join me on my journey in my trail. If you're sad and weary, Jesus surely cares. If you'll serve Him in this life, brother, you'll be rewarded over there. Those who travel down the road of sin wear a lock upon their heart, seeking honor and the praise of man. God to them will say, depart. Join me on my journey in my prayer. If you're sad and weary, Jesus surely cares. If you'll serve Him in this life, brother, you'll be rewarded over there. Drifting down the broad highway, many journeyed there with me. At the crossing I was made to pray, now I'm singing victory. Join me on my journey in my prayer. If you're sad and weary, Jesus surely cares. If you'll serve Him in this life, brother, you'll be rewarded over there. If you'll serve Him in this life, brother, you'll be rewarded over there.
Climb the highest hill. Well, God can, and He will, whisper, peace, be still. He has the power in His hand. It's His will for you to stand. Demons flee at His command. God can, and He will. We all know the power of our mighty God. We can see His handiwork in this earth we trod. But there is a problem that's holding us back still. We all know God can, but we must believe He will. God can, and He will, help you climb the highest hill. Well, God can, and He will, whisper, peace, be still. For us to overcome, it's His will for us to reach our heavenly home. He will work in us, His love He will fulfill. We all know God can, now let's all believe He will. God can, and He will, help you climb the highest hill. Well, God can, and He will. Whisper, peace, be still. He has the power in His hand. It's His will for you to stand. Demons flee at His command. God can, and He will.
sun began to rise on the grave that everybody thought had Jesus safe inside. Demons had a party, how their hellish spirits soared, but soon there came a knock upon the door. Silence fell among them. Someone said, "Who could this be?" The devil said, "Don't answer that, it sounds like it's for me. 3 days ago in Joseph's tomb I buried him away, but he promised he would rise again today." Opening the door, they saw the lightning in his eyes. The face they saw was not too hard for them to recognize. Satan fell and trembled as the final blow was dealt, as Jesus said, "I'll introduce myself." He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, conqueror of death and hell, the Lord of everything. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys." He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, conqueror of death and hell, and the Lord of everything. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. Oh, death has died, I am alive, and I have the victory."
Together tonight.
He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, conqueror of death and hell, and the Lord of everything. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys." He said, "I am the great I am, the everlasting King, conqueror of death and hell. He's the Lord of everything. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. For all the power in heaven and earth is given unto me. I don't have time, I just stop by to take away the keys. Oh, death has died, I am alive, I have the victory. Amen. Oh, death has died, I am alive, I have the victory.
Father, please make this rain stop and protect us. The rain was coming down hard and fast, so thick we could barely make out the desert landscape ahead of us. It went on for days. The rain continued to pound us relentlessly until we finally neared the Kuwaiti border. Our battalion halted. On the other side, the enemy waited. Rain or no rain, we'd soon be going in. We awoke on the day of the invasion to clear skies and glorious sunshine. As we closed in on the border, I couldn't help but stare at the astounding sight before us. The torrential rains I had prayed to God to stop had washed away the sand to reveal metal discs planted all across the path. It was an Iraqi minefield.
Somebody's praying me through. Somebody's praying me through.
So I prayed, "God, you've got to do something." There was an open field. We had to get across somehow, but it was going to expose us to the enemy, and they were firing. Somehow, from out of nowhere, came this white cloud and surrounded us, and we all made it across safely. Found out later there was this old prayer warrior at our church, Mrs. Tankersley, that God had woken up in the middle of the night, said, Spencer's in trouble. Pray for him right now. And the last part of her prayer was, God, whatever danger Spencer's in, just cover him with a cloud. That's exactly what he did.
Somebody's praying me through the tears, through the rain, through the sorrow, through the pain.
The kids and I pray for you every
I
night.
pray for my daddy. He prays for me too.
So I told the guys, you know what? A lot of people in America know how to pray. They were praying for us in Afghanistan, and they're going to be praying for us here.
My teacher asked my class to write a letter to an unknown soldier in the Gulf. It was a very special project for me because my daddy was also a soldier. So I told my unknown soldier what I wanted to tell my daddy, that his family missed him, loved him, and was praying for him. I wondered if any soldier would even get my letter, and then I got a letter back. I couldn't believe it. I knew the handwriting on it. And somehow, with all the soldier letters sent by kids across the country, mine had been sent to my very own father. I still prayed for him every night, but I felt certain that God was watching over my dad.
The Lord is my strength and my shield.
God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble.
Be strong and courageous. He will not fail or forsake you.
The Lord is near to all who call upon him.
I sought the Lord, and he answered me.
Somebody's praying you through.
There are thousands of people who pray for me. It's a humbling experience to think that people I will never have met have lifted me and my family up in prayer. It's been a comforting feeling to know that is true.